Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Chrissy and this is Life Talk, and today we're here for season 5 episode 3 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, y'all are not disappointing me. I know I said episode 2 wasn't that interesting, but I was lying. That shit was interesting, and they've been interesting since episode 1, and I give it to y'all. Hand clap, hand clap. So I just want to jump right in because I have literally like 12 pages of notes from this one episode, and I don't want to have another 40-minute video, so I'm going to try to speed it up to get you guys out of here but give you what you want. So scene 1, A1 is giving me life in his confessionals on every single episode. He's moving and doing all these arm movements and body language to pull you into his story and get you on his side, and he's doing a goddamn good job of it. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Okay, so the fight doesn't happen because, of course, security's not going to let it happen. And I know everyone keeps saying that A1 wasn't going to do shit, but in this moment, I really felt like A1 was finna do something. And I damn sure wasn't thinking Safari wasn't going to do shit. But when A1 got close enough to square him up, Safari kind of looked like he might have done something. And A1 did at the same time, too. So, I don't know. I think it might have popped off. I'm not sure. It didn't happen, so I can't tell. But I tried to give y'all a little bit of love and hip-hop realness on my reviews and getting my love and hip-hop attire so I can feel like I'm one with the show. You know, I'm fancy, they fancy, but hope y'all like it. Tell me if y'all like it. Give me a thumbs up if you like the look. Okay, so A1's just pretty much like, you supposed to be the homie. What happened? Did you fuck my wife? Whatever. Safari kind of had a little attitude with him. I mean, I don't know if he already knew. I don't know. I just feel like Safari had an attitude when he could have just been like, bruh, and calmed the whole situation down. But he didn't. A1 keeps trying to get at him. Safari says, how the fuck I'm gonna be scared of somebody with black nail polish and sparkly shoes? And that pissed A1 off even more. And A1 was just like, I'm gonna get you. Safari tells him he got shows, nigga, pull up. And that was the end of that scene. So the next scene is Princess in Paris. And when I wrote my notes, I said, wow, that's like 2 Barbie doll names, Paris and Princess, and they're friends now, and they're in one scene together, Princess in Paris. I just thought that was interesting. So they're in downtown LA at Soho Style doing the belly baby cast for Princess. So I don't really think they're friends, but maybe they're just a filler scene. Paris is helping her put the little casting stuff on her stomach. Small talk between them. They were saying that Paris missed the gender reveal. That's what it was. Paris missed the gender reveal, and she missed the drama with Ray asking Princess to give his family a public apology and Brandy and all that shenanigans. So Paris is like, well, maybe she's like, yeah, he tried to get me to do the public apology. And she's like, maybe Ray J was just trying to be the good guy, you know, and just please everybody. And Princess was like, he's trying to please the wrong person. He needs to be trying to please me. So Princess is like, Brandy's not as sweet as she seems. She puts on this front in front of people, but she like texts all these crazy things. And I don't really think I don't know though, because I'm not on social media like that, so y'all tell me. But I don't feel like Brandy is just texting Princess for no reason. I feel like when Princess does some social media shit or stuff to embarrass their name that they've worked to establish years and decades before this bitch was even around, then Brandy gets upset and she comes back at her. But other than that, I really don't feel like Brandy is just threatening Princess all the time. So Paris says, I just can't see Cinderella doing that. And I sat there for a moment and had to think, but when I figured that shit out, I could not stop laughing. Cinderella. She was the black Cinderella in the movie. I was like, oh my God, like that would have been funny even if she said, I just can't see Moesha doing that. That would have been funny too, but she said Cinderella and I just died. So then Ray comes in out of nowhere, and I don't know if it was just me, but I feel like Ray looked hella annoyed at Paris. Like he was kind of like, what's this bitch doing here? Like, can she just leave already? That's why I say I feel like it was a filler. Like, she was a filler for that scene. Just, oh, let's just have her in here. So Princess Paris leaves, and Ray J looks happy that she's gone. So Ray apologizes to Princess, and, you know, I shouldn't have put you on the spot, yada, yada, yada. Pretty much Princess agrees to come home. They smash their little drama. So then Princess is like, yeah, I need to come home because I've been wilding out in these streets. And she goes on to tell him about the whole Moniece situation and how Moniece tried to throw the chair at her, or she did, but it didn't hit her. So of course that upset Ray J, and now Ray J wants to check Moniece, and he says that Moniece and his family used to be really cool back in the day. For whatever reason, they fell off. She fell off with Brandy, the mama. They not cool no more. So he's like pissed. Why are you throwing things at my pregnant wife? Like, I'm trying to protect my child now. Now he's upset because his seed was in harm's way. So that's the end of that scene. We all know that he's gonna check her at some point in this episode. So Brooke and these damn blazers. When I saw her in the when she first got out of the Uber, I didn't like the blazer, and I'm like, damn girl, the 1, 2, 3 was cool, but now the 4 kind of no. But then when they showed her walking up to her doctor's office, what was it, surgery and reconstruction, I think it said his doctrine was, but I was like, okay, but you can tell it was a man's blazer because the cuff was so big, and I was like, anyways. She's there because she said her double D's. They were good for her at one point in time, but now they're just too heavy on her. She's going for a breast reduction. When they're doing the consultation, the doctor feels lumps in her breast and tells her that I'm pretty sure there was a biopsy talk in there. I might have missed it, but he says that when they go in to do the reduction that they're going to take the lumps out because he'd rather be safe than sorry. And she's stressed out about it because she's like, breast cancer doesn't run in my family. So now she's worried. In her confessional, though, she also says that she feels bad for running back and running her mouth to Marcus about this whole Brooke situation, because now she's looking like, you know, some messy ass bitch. And she says, you know, she feels bad because when she was going through that whole love triangle with Marcus and Booby, that, you know, Lyrica held her down, and she feel like a snitch now, but it's too late. Because you still going in on her, and it's just too late. You already opened your mouth, so that's what happens. But she is wearing that ring, y'all. It caught my eye like 3 or 4 times, and then I remembered that was her engagement ring, and I started laughing. But that ring is really, really nice. So the next scene is Lyrica G, and this scene, oh man, A1 and Lyrica are giving me everything I need. Everything I need. So, and Lyrica G gave me everything I needed too in this episode. So she's been at her mom's house chilling. She comes out, sits on the couch, looking all sad and depressed. And I feel you, girl. I've been there. Been there. So her mom made her some tea. She sits down and she's like, she wants the tea. Bitch, I'm giving you tea because I'm letting you know that I want the tea. So, of course, Lyrica starts filling her mom in. She said that this all stemmed from K. Michelle, saying that she's fuck Safari or whatever. So, she's like, and then Marcus tells, Brooke told Marcus, and Marcus told A1 the same thing. So, Lyrica G is kind of looking at this point like, okay, a little confused. And the look on her face is exactly what we're all thinking. Well, bitch, why are 2, 3, 4 people saying this shit? 2, 3 people saying this stuff. So then she asked her, why are they both saying the same thing? Like, what is going on? So Lyrica gets like, when her mom questions her, she gets a little defensive. You can tell, because either at this point she's lying, like I said, or she's tired of having to defend herself over this thing that didn't happen. But the way it looks later on in the episode, she's defensive because she's lying. So So she starts, defending herself. Everybody knows Safari is a big flirt. Like, you're trying to convince people. Now, everybody knows Safari is a big flirt, which I do agree with, but seems like this is a little bit more than just flirting, but she's trying to play it off as just flirting. So, Lyrica G says, well, didn't you tell me that he sent you a picture that was inappropriate one time? And automatically Lyrica, her daughter, was like, Mom, stop. No, now you being messy. Look, no, she was done. Like, she's like, my mama turning on me too. Like, what's going on? So, she starts crying at this point because I feel like she's like, this situation has gotten out of control and I cannot reel this shit back in. Like, you were trying to reel that fish in. That, what do they call it? That fucking red fish is like on the line and you're like, I got him. I'm getting him. And then it's like, he starts pulling and then it's gone. And then it's like, fuck. He done ripped your hook off. Now you got to rebait and everything, and it's just not working. That was a little country theology for all y'all. So her mom's like feeling bad for her, and she's like trying to console her, and she's like, baby, I'm gonna go get you some things from your house and I'm gonna talk to A1. Which I already knew that when she went to go and talk to, I already knew it wasn't gonna go as she planned, but I said, okay, go ahead and protect your daughter. That's mom in you. You just want to make everything right. So next scene is Raycon, and Ray J has, I think they said his deal closed for $31 million of this Raycon electronics line. From the Raytronics, now he's introducing some headphones that you could wear, Bluetooth compatible to the Raymobile thing. I'm like, you know what? Sonia did a really good job with you. I don't know what your sister's doing, but she had a very successful run while she was popping. And I loved me some fucking Brandy, man. You're my aphrodisiac. You're the only one I'm needing. When I go, I'll come back. There's no reason why I'm leaving. You're my aphrodisiac. Man, when she came out with Aphrodisiac, I know every single song on that album to the T. That was my shit. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Y'all, look that up on YouTube. Aphrodisiac album, that shit jammed. That was when she was going through her divorce with her husband that she had her baby for. Man, I was probably 15, 16 years old jamming that shit like I knew what she was talking about. So anyways, back to Ray J and his Raycon. So Ray is meeting up there at Raycon, A1, looking like a rock star as usual, and he asked him about the Safari thing. So A1 tells him, I almost beat his ass, which I think if he got a hold of him he would have. And Ray's looking like, y'all, I was gonna wear a beanie for my Ray J mood, but it just didn't look right. I had to take it off. So Ray says that Ray says that he was advised to stay off of the internet today because Safari's nudes are all over the internet. His dingling is on the web, and he just didn't want to be exposed to it. He said, I don't get down that way. So they switch from Ray and A1. They go over to Brooke and Bridget. Bridget walks up looking very nice as usual. I don't know what she's going through in her personal life, but either it's her makeup artist that is not doing her justice, or she looks like she's aging. Or she's not drinking her green juice in the morning because her skin is just not glowing like she should be, because she's so youthful and fun and healthy. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with the skin? So Brooke is so insecure about this whole Lyrica thing and how she snitched. She automatically goes into telling Bridget about it. So Bridget's like, yeah, I heard a little bit about it. And Brooke said, Lyrica told me that his dick wrap around his leg. And I swear she already saw Safari's nudes before this even happened, but she want to play like she didn't. So she says Lyrica told her that about Safari's thing. And Brooke whips out her phone, and I swear she just did this. I don't have my phone right here, but she grabbed the phone and she was like, zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah, look. No, she was like, she swiped up, zoom, zoom, zoom. Bam, had Safari's nude pic on deck. I said, why did she? I don't know how she just had it that quick. Like, were you looking at it right before the scene? I don't know. So, Brooke. Oh, in Brooke's confessional, she made a really good point. She said, well, damn, like, she saw the picture. She's like, his dick is huge. And she's like, well, damn, how did Lyrica know that his dick wraps around his fucking leg before his nudes came out? Like, she pieced that together real good. I said, all right, you got her. Bang, bang, you got her. So after they talk about that whole situation, Brooke tells Bridget about the lumps in her boobs. And she goes on to saying that Marcus is like her only family that she has in LA. So she's pretty much going to use him to lean on through this whole difficult situation for her. This scene is so long. I feel like this scene was like 30 minutes. But, okay, so they switch over back to A1 and Ray J. Here comes Fizz, Air Fizzo. He's like, I know B2K ain't together, but I know B2K ain't got back together, but Air Fizzo is on deck, and I'm ready to rap. Like, I love Lil Fizz. He was my favorite member of B2K. But he did walk up out of nowhere. I didn't even think he was going to be on the show, but they have a lot of filler scenes, a lot of filler people, a lot of extras, like this rock star dude that I'm finna talk about now. I've never heard of him before. London on the Track. You know, producers and they need to come up with their own little, like something on the track that we could know represents you, because a lot of them go unknown. Maybe you want to go unknown, but I like how London on the Track marks his shit. So Rockstar with 2 C's comes up brushing his hair, you know, he don't have no fucking waves, but he got that wave brush, and that shit is dry as fuck. I'm like, where is your wave, and you know, where's your stuff at? My husband has that little black one with the twist off top, and then you brush, and then you got the little gold one. Where's your black and gold bottles at? Because your shit is dry, fam. So Rockstar introduces himself. You know, he works with everybody, whatever. Extremely cocky, extremely cornball-y. He looks a little perverted to me. Like, no disrespect to anybody watching this video, but he looks like when he nuts, he's like, He looks like one of those guys. Oh my God. I will never make that. God did not like that. I'm so sorry. I choked, almost died. I will never say that again. Whew. Okay, so he's a Grammy-nominated producer. Him and A1 automatically start capping on each other like on some real brother type shit. But they were going in, but they were capping. That shit was so funny. I chuckled. So they're capping. A1 leaves off. He leaves and leaves with another cap on Rockstar. And he says, oh, hold on. I need to go find Rockstar's career. I'll be back, y'all. And he walks off. So they laugh. That's the end of that scene. Then they jump back over to Bridget and Brooke, and Apple walks up. And Apple walks up looking super vulnerable, super nervous. She's like new to this. Like, you can tell. I felt the awkwardness in her at that very moment. But she's conquering these fears, y'all. She's in it to win it. So she's chatting with the girls, nothing really important. Then a Rockstar walks up out of nowhere. And it was like when he spotted her, like she's new, fresh bait, and with a big ass, it's like he jumped on that shit and ditched his dudes and was like walking over there to the females. So at this point, I was hoping that they all curved him, but they didn't. As soon as he heard she was working with A1, as soon as Apple said that she was working with A1, very proudly, might I say, I like her. He tries to snatch her up, like, well, we should work together and you should come and do something with me. And she ends up agreeing. He's steady brushing his hair like he's in high school. It was bothering me. Brooke and Bridget walk away. They're talking. She agrees to meet with him in the studio. And he asks for her line, and she gives it to him, and he's like, I'll take your social security too. And she was like, you ain't gonna get that. So that was the end of that scene. The next scene is A1 and his mother Pam at Lyrica and A1's house. A1 is sitting at the dinner table looking very sad. He misses his wife. His mama is in the kitchen. She's making him some cornbread. Well, whatever they finna have, they got some orange drink flavor or lemonade flavored drink in the IKEA glass cup with ice cubes and the IKEA white plates. His mama in there whipping up some cornbread mixture in the bowl. And I hate VH1 for this, but when they showed his mom in her red jumpsuit and her blonde wig, get it, baby, they zoomed from the floor up her legs to her eyes, her back. I'm like, why y'all doing his mama like that? But then again, I'm like, well, she do have on this outfit. Clearly she wants to be seen, so they're giving her the motherfucking camera time. And I was like, it was so funny. She was in there looking like a whole meal. Fuck a snack. She was looking like a whole meal. So they're sitting there about to eat and probably get to talking about the situation. Seems like his mama flew in like on an emergency flight to come and see what's up with her baby. So Lyrica G all of a sudden just storms in the damn front door. Is that a fucking mosquito in my orange juice? Oh no, it's one of my ashes. Well, that's no good. Okay, so Lyrica G comes in. She starts telling A1 like, I can't believe you're doing this to my daughter. You need to, she's over there crying at my house, yada, yada, yada. Pam loses it. Pam was over there mixing up that cornbread mix, mixing that shit up, looking at her, Lyrica G, from the corner of her eye. She was waiting for that bitch to get out of line. And she was so pissed when she did decide to react. She was so pissed. She didn't even know. When she grabbed that fucking bowl and swung that shit down on the floor, she was like, first of all, you ain't gonna be coming in here accusing my motherfucking son of nothing. She slammed that cornbread mixture on the floor. That shit whipped out of that bowl and sliced A1 across the face and got in his fucking freshly twisted blonde, platinum blonde dreads. Bro, I could not help. I was bawling. I was rolling on the couch. I was like, oh my God. And then Pam is in her confessional. God bless her. She's in her confessional talking about Lyrica, her mama, the damn Illuminati. I just could not deal. I just couldn't with this whole scene. I was like this. Like, I was just like, is this shit really happening? Pam was fucking pissed. So, he kicks Lyrica G out. Security's trying to get her crazy ass out the door. Then he kicks his mom out, which was so fucking wrong, because what the fuck are you mad at? Why are you mad at your mom for? She's here trying to protect you and ride for her fucking son. Like, what the fuck are you mad at her about? He was mad because she got the cornbread mixture in his hair. I swear to y'all. He was upset that she fucked up his clothes, his jewelry. They really don't have a furnished ass house, so it wasn't the fixtures that she fucked up. She got that cornbread mix in his hair with that milk and that fucking egg. And he was pissed because he went, after he kicked her out, he went straight to the fucking sink and started rinsing that shit out. And he was like, man, got shit in my hair. I couldn't believe him. So next scene, pretty boring to me. I don't really fuck with Brooke. So Brooke meets up with Marcus in the park, the love of her life, to tell her about the lumps in her breast. She needs him to be there for him. He hugs her and says that regardless of what's going on, he's always going to be a friend to her. Next scene, Apple Watts, and Rockstar. These names, y'all. A1, Lyrica. The only person with a freaking regular name, Brooke Valentine. That's not even really normal, but Pam is the only one with a goddamn normal name. Princess Paris. Okay. So Apple and Rockstar meet up in North Hollywood at the studio. Apple comes in with a really good attitude. They jam into this mix he has on. So he's saying if her music matches up to her energy, then it's a go. So Apple came in straight real gangster. She wasn't with his shit. He was hating on A1 again. She was kind of like, my nigga, where is this hate coming from? Like, you trying to use me for a pawn? I ain't with the shit. And he just keep going in on A1. He's so cocky, and he almost reminds me of Nico from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the one that was with Mimi who released her sex tape. He almost reminds me of him with that attitude. So she pretty much dismisses him and says that she's gonna fuck with A1 because, my nigga, you done told me y'all whole story. And that's a hood thing. If you sitting with a new person or a new female, like if I'm sitting with a new female and we trying to be friends, and you telling me everybody business in less than like 10-15 minutes, in this case it was 5 with this messy ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to fuck with you, because if you gonna tell me you don't even know me, and that's what Apple said, you don't even know me, and you like, that was some, she's a gangster bitch. You don't even know me, why are you telling me this? Like, nah, I'm gonna fuck with A1 because he came with it real. He was supporting me from jump. I ain't gonna fuck with you because you trying to do some other shit. So P, she was like, I'm gonna make it with or without you, baby, bye. And he was like, as she walked off, it was like he didn't have nothing else to say, so he was like, oh yeah, A1 hit it before I did. No, like, not everybody's a fucking weirdo like you. So next scene is Kay's show. Brooke is opening up for her. Brooke is still singing these slow songs for whatever reason. They're not getting you noticed, maybe a little bit, but I haven't heard anything yet, so speed it up. Kay performs. I wasn't really feeling her either. I didn't like her outfit. I didn't like her hair. I just really didn't like the feel of the show. So, show's over. She's backstage, winding down, talking about her bad surgeries again in her little confessional, whatever. Paris joins her backstage. They're chatting. Paris compliments Kimberly on her show. And then Kay says, "Aw, P." So then, bam, they go outside, backstage. Cameras are out there. Here comes Lyrica G in her best Saturday Night Live outfit. Why are her sleeves always? Y'all, Lyrica G is a hot mess. So she walks up, pretty much trying to like bypass security, like she was just that bitch. Like she was just that bitch. She tries to bypass security. Security stops her. They're like, bitch, you know. And she is yelling for Kay to come out of the room. If I can't go in there, then Kate needs to come out here. And she's screaming, Kimberly! And they're back there like, what the fuck is going on? Paris is like, what the hell? So then Ray walks up. They go back outside to where Lyrica G is. Ray walks up. And he's kind of like, okay, he sees what's going on, but he's just like trying to squeeze by security. Like he's just there to congratulate Kay on her show. Like he wasn't here for the drama. Like he was just kind of like, okay, can I just get by? So then Lyrica G grabs him and she's like, Ray J, I'm going with you. Ray, I'm going with you. And she tries to squeeze by with Ray J, and Ray J like caught between her and security, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? So he's like, the last person I thought I would see here is fucking Lyrica G. What the hell is she doing here? So Ray goes backstage. They escort. Oh, Paris goes outside. She starts talking to Lyrica G. They exchange some words. Paris caps at her a little bit. Lyrica G is fucking delusional crazy right now. She's having like a freaking tantrum, and she's upset because this is all Kay's fault. Her daughter's marriage is falling apart because of this bitch Kay. But she just needs to sit down and let her daughter and A1 handle it because they're grown-ups. And so they kick her out. So as Ray's leaving, Moniece comes up. And it's like Moniece is on the other side of the gates. And they're on this side of the gates. And Ray J's just standing there like, oh, this bitch. And Moniece pretty much says like, why is it okay for your wife to just act crazy just because she's pregnant and no consequences to her, whatever? And Kay's in her confessional like, my birthday twin is really crazy, y'all. She is just, I cannot explain her. I cannot take up for her right now. Like, this bitch is really wildin'. So Moniece is just going in, and what's her girlfriend's name? KD? No. What's her girlfriend's name? AD. She's standing there kind of looking embarrassed, but she's there to have her girlfriend's back. So they're going back and forth. Moniece tell Ray J to tell your wife to stay out of my fucking way. And Ray J's like, don't make threats. And Moniece is like, it's a threat. And she walks off. Alright, so this next scene is A1, his mom Pam, and his brother. Damn, what's his brother's name? I don't remember what his brother's name was, but it's his older brother. He's his older brother by 2 years. So A1 is saying that he feels bad that he kicked his mom out of the house. So he invited her out for dinner, and when he shows up, he walks in, and not only is it his mother Pam, but it's his older brother. He's from Kentucky City, Missouri City, Kentucky. He's country, motherfucker. I know a country boy when I see one. So he walks in, and it's kind of mixed feelings of like, oh, that's my brother, I'm excited to see you, but what the fuck are you doing here? And the mood is kind of low, and everybody's wearing black. So A1 was a little confused. A1 was a little taken back. So his brother got in on that ass. I loved every minute of it, because I feel like that is what a big brother is for. If you have a real big brother, this is what they're there to check your ass when you're wrong. They're there to take up for their mother regardless. And that's what he came to do. He flew in, his mama flew his ass in to check his little brother, and that's what the fuck he did. He was telling him like, I don't give a damn what was going on. You need to you'll never kick your mama out the house. And then A1 was kind of like, are you siding with mom? And he was like, what you mean, nigga? That's my mama. Like, that's my mama. I'm always gonna protect her. So things got kind of heated, and I feel like they never really had this kind of beef until Lyrica came around. So I feel like that's where a lot of the emotion is coming from, because A1 loves his wife, and Pam and his brother love A1. So they see the change. Oh, A1 was mad because his mama called him Hollywood, but they see that change in him since he's been with Lyrica. And then A1 is like, what do y'all want me to stay the same forever? But it's not really about that. It's about your heart. Like, your heart should never tell you to put your mom out because you got cornbread in your hair. Like, that's what they're upset about. Like, nigga, you're Hollywood now. We're from Kentucky. Your mama wears a freaking platinum blonde wig from the beauty supply on 14th Street and a catsuit jumpsuit from Fallas Paradas. Like, y'all are hood. Don't forget where the fuck you came from, nigga. That's what they're telling you. No shade to his mama. I love women like that. Like, those are the best women. The ones that you look at crazy for what they got on, them be the real ass women. So it's no shade to her. This nigga just went Hollywood, got lipo and all kind of shit. His brother was pretty much telling him, like, where's my little brother at? Like, where the fuck is he? Because he wouldn't, that nigga, what's his name, Floyd? He would have never let that happen. Floyd is A1's real name. I believe it's Floyd. Floyd would have never gone down like this. Like, who is A1? Like, that's what they're saying. So then his mama get in his face. Oh, his brother and him almost threw hands. I mean, his brother was pissed. his brother was so upset. He tried to jump on him. Security had to hold him back. He was holding onto the pole. It was crazy. So after that went down, his mama then gets in A1's face. Pam gets in A1's face. And she's pretty much telling him that Lyrica don't mean you no good. Like, Lyrica don't mean you no good. You need to wake the fuck up and realize that Lyrica don't mean you no good. But it kind of looked like A1 really wasn't trying to hear it at that point. He was kind of looking annoyed, maybe frustrated at the whole situation. Maybe he knows that his mom is right and his brother is right in a sense, and he just doesn't like to hear it. So the last scene is, of course, Ray J and Safari. They meet up in Hollywood, of course. Why do I keep saying Hollywood? It's Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I'm crazy, y'all. So they meet up. This was so funny because the whole time they're at the bar, he's pretty much just trying. The nude had already came out. He's pretty much just trying to get Safari to tell him what happened. So he keeps asking Safari in like many different ways, like, just tell me what happened. Safari's like, nothing happened. I didn't do nothing. Like, I didn't do nothing. So it's like, did she do something? Did she give you head? Like, what's going on? He's not saying. So then Ray J is like, dude, Safari already, he's like, Lyrica already admitted to it. She said it happened a couple of times. He's lying. Like, he's lying to Safari to try to get Safari to admit to something. So he's like trying to trick him right now. And the shit works. Like, it actually worked. Ray J is a fucking genius. So he's like, she admitted it to get back in good with A1, and they're still together, and they're just trying to work it out. But, yo, you just need to come clean and tell me the truth, bro. So he's like, oh, she said it happened? She said it happened? And I don't remember exactly how, I'm mad, last scene, I don't remember exactly how he admitted to it, but he admitted to it. And, sending the nude to Lyrica, that's what he admitted to. And Ray J is like, bruh, I just did that to get you to admit to it. Like, how could you do this? And yada yada yada. And Safari is just out here like, I feel like he was so faithful to Nicki Minaj for so long, and now he just don't know how to keep it in his pants, especially that it's, he's well endowed. Like, he just wants to share it with the world. Like, he's been locked down for so long. Now he's just sharing it with the freaking world. So that wraps up episode 3 of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And I just feel like the rest of the season is going to be just as good. I feel like I'm going to enjoy this season a lot. I feel like Lyrica and A1 are still going to be together. I feel like maybe there's a little bit of truth to it. Maybe there's a little bit of lies. Maybe it's over exaggerated, but I do feel like they're gonna stay together. Oh, my baby just woke up. So I'm gonna have to cut this short. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Give me some feedback, and I'll see you guys next week for episode 4. Good night, guys.